putting, if in name of science and sexual development, put orphans with convicted sex offenders and stuff like that, and then looking what happens. Like, this is kind of important stuff to know, especially if you talk about these kind of subject matter. So like for him, like for some people to hear this for the first time is kind of telling them why they might not want to be involved in the whole conversation about this stuff to begin with, even if they maybe are trans.
The same
Because
reason
it's kind of
horrific takes
important
on
knowledge.
Palestine Israel issue. They don't care about knowing things before having opinions. That's just
That
a
is true.
gratuitous extra step. I don't want to waste my time on extra steps. I don't have that much time alive.
I don't have to think or something. I know my opinion is right.
Yes, exactly. I'm just like really I'm already pre-offended before they tell me the rest of this story because they cut the baby's dick off with fire. Okay? This baby's dick was cut off and he spent the beginning of his life having a fucked up fucking urinary tract, immense pain.
Well, that is
What
that is.
happened at this point. He's so deeply traumatized.
I don't want to spoil what happened, but I think that most people can kind of predict what happens, seeing as the not only the physical trouble this person had to go through, but also the eventual mental anguish that came with it. The outcome is pretty clear from the get-go.
Whoops, mommy and daddy burned off your dick because we think natural, normal dicks look real weird.
What the fuck are you saying? It was an
you think I'm
accident. They
saying?
said it was an accident.
Yeah, but to be
act
fair,
as if they did it on purpose.
Backstar, nobody said they did it on purpose. What
you were making that statement in what you
shut up.
No, Backstar.
You're like, they burnt off his dick. Like, what
Yes,
the fuck are you saying?
They did. They used a burning implement and they cut off his dick. That is the fact of what happened.
Again, the way you're saying it was purposely done. Oh my god, the way you're stating it, it's as if it was purposely done. Just say it was accidentally burnt off.
No, stop that. It was purposely done. There was a baby. He had a penis that worked just fine. They chose to get a circumcision. The circumcision has risks. This wasn't a oopsie, I fell. This is a we chose to do a surgery and it had one of the risks that this surgery has. It had one of the more extreme risks. But yes, they did choose them. Every time I had surgery a few weeks ago, I could have died because I was put under anesthesia. This is not a non-zero chance. I took a risk to get that surgery. That is how it works. They were his guardians,
we know how this functions.
We are going to circumcise, and we're going to do it in a way with cauterization, although they might not have had much choice, but they did choose to proceed, and that is a choice that they made.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I don't see your point anymore. Where were you getting with that?
You never saw my point. It's okay. You're all right. The audience will get it.
Okay, the only comment I have is that we don't know for sure his penis was fine. Okay, I have not seen the penis.
Maybe it's fine. Maybe they cauterized his penis off and
maybe they glued it back on. Guys, don't worry, I got this. If you're quick, it's like a tooth. Put it in the back of your milk. We'll be fine.
They have glue that works on your flesh.
He could have grown into having a terrible penis, so we don't know that it was gonna be fine. Okay, that's it. Done.
Yeah, like maybe he just doesn't have the dick head, but everything else is.
All right, let's keep going.
Do they have
oh yeah, you know better than the scientists who use this thing.
Wait, no, he's what is this thing? Technically, you cannot just put okay, I have heard that claim that you can just put the puberty on hold, but
yeah, that's not the case.
It has permanent effects on your puberty. What are those going to be? I can't even give you a range, but we do know that it's not a perfect 1-to-1. We've just pushed back your puberty. That's just not true.
Okay.
Yeah, the process will happen no matter what. Like, that's the kind of the thing.
Well, yeah, as far as I understand, the process does happen. I don't know if. So let's say that.
Well, I assume it's like stunted growth, stunted penis growth.
I just don't know. So all of the slew of hormones that happen when you're going through puberty, it's not going to be exactly the same because you're not the same age, you're not producing hormones the same way. This is all a delicate balance, and pushing it back is not just get. So let's say that 3 things happened at 100% when you had puberty normally, but when you push back puberty, you might have 2 things that happen at 70%, and then the other one not at all, or the other one 100%.
Well, and then you also don't have as much penis to make your fake vagina out of.
We just don't know the effects is like what's important here.
Pretty much, yeah. Like that is a great danger, of course, about puberty, right? That like the amount of students I've had that like because they were in puberty, like like Audrey said, right? It's a delicate balance to begin with. Like it is already a time where you are arguably at your emotionally and physically weakest, like at least in this developmental stage, and to then just simply go, oh, we'll just halt it and we'll pick it up later. No, the process will happen, and the more you fuck with this delicate balance, this thing that is different for everyone, something you cannot calculate for at 100%, etc., you're gonna fuck something up. Could be that you completely pass through it with no issues, but like you'll be the fucking abnormality.
But emotionally, when we talk about it now, I don't know how other people feel, but I look back on it like, man, that was pretty fucking sweet.
I mean, it depends.
You know what I
like,
mean? Like,
well, it depends, right? Because for the majority of teenagers, it's not necessarily that the puberty is like an absolute black hole you fall into, but it is a very confusing time, right? Because you're on the precipice of becoming an adult, but you don't want to be, or you don't feel ready, and like there's just a lot of shit going on, and to fuck with that period.
I
the
think
chemical balance, yeah, that's wrong.
is like very important to note. Like, I definitely think that we just need so much time and research and better understanding before we like start feeling like we can play God. And what I was going to mention earlier is like even in the case of like just having a cis woman, and you give her testosterone, let's say her testosterone is low, it's not within the normal ranges that most cis women have. We don't even really fully understand the effects of that. It doesn't function in the same way that it would if she just produced that amount of testosterone. It seems to work slightly differently. So yeah, it's just really a bunch of untested waters, and I do think that there is a point to be made here. So I don't know though. I almost kind of back off of that before I even finish the sentence. So when I was younger, I think it's called Accutane. Like they did extreme vitamin A injections, and like that was really untested. It was kind of like wild waters. And we found out later that it's possible that that can cause illness. And I have illness. It's possible that it's from that. I don't think it is. I think my grandmother had it. I think it's genetic. But we just didn't know when we were administering it. So we've been doing this kind of thing with children's bodies and developmental, early, untested science on children for a long time. Is this worse? Probably. But either way, we need to make a decision on like what parents are allowed to consent to for children, because even if the children could understand it as best as possible, is this something that someone should even be able to consent to? I think is kind of where the question falls on.
I think we got to nurture those breast buds.
I hate
Please don't say that. Jesus.
I will call it off to you now.
I also wanted to bring up men are boys, and men are so funny. Little boys are like, oh, I don't need girls. I don't want to. I don't know. They don't want to do it. They don't want to go through puberty. Very apprehensive. But then now Daniel's like, I don't know. The whole puberty thing was pretty.
Well, yeah.
Puberty is such a mixed bag, right? Like, because I've like the women I know in my life, when they look back at it, they don't like, just like guys, they don't hate what happened to them, but there have been times where they felt like this weird scary feeling. Like, wow, like now there's guys looking at me. Sometimes there's guys that are way older than me, and like I don't know if I like this feeling, and like, but like
Yeah, it's
I'm
a
legal, and
transition
so
to
like,
go from
yeah.
being an asexual creature to being a
I think
sexual
it's
creature.
9
I
out of
can
10
see it.
times looking back at how awesome it was. Usually can be done if you're lucky, like me and Daniel, where it's like actually we went
Dude.
through pretty well, right? We didn't have any
Do
major
you remember
setbacks or
how
anything.
awesome coming used to be?
I don't like this.
Buddy, at my age, that still is awesome. I don't know what your age you're at, but
I mean, it's awesome compared to like
Old ball.
life now. It's awesome compared.
I don't know about you, buddy. I still
It's
think
not-
nutting is
Wait, it's
amazing.
awesome, but
Trying
it's
to nut
awesome
and his
compared
balls
to.
are just dragging
it's-
around on the floor.
It's awesome compared
so,
to like
like,
the first 10
Mix it
times
with water
you
so
did
that
it.
actually is like able to be
Yeah,
sprayed.
it's not just a puff of smoke. He's
But
got
wait.
water sounding.
It's not. It's awesome compared to
No,
other
that's
shit, but
the
not
thing that
compared
is-
to like the first few times you did it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't really remember the first few times. I've never really have kept record of that. To be fair,
Well, it was
Daniel,
magic.
the-
You don't remember the magic?
Daniel, the question I need to ask you is why do you reminisce about your first
Yeah.
coming?
That is so weird.
that's his
It
little
was-
Dark Age moment. It's his.
It
role.
was the. It was that was boy. You were
Dark Age
discovering
is
something. I mean, as far as I was aware, no one else knew about this. This was my little secret.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy shit!
Whoa,
I've
well,
really
that
figured
alone,
something out here.
That alone is a sign that this is kind of stuff that people should not be able to be consenting to, right? The fact that you as a kid looked
Yeah,
at your own
because Daniel
nut for the
doesn't
first
know
time,
what
was
masturbation
whoa, dude, that's totally wicked.
Well, yeah, I didn't realize other people were doing this thing.
You are so
Wait,
sheltered.
whoa, wait,
I,
wait,
I
one
found
second,
like a
Of course your
magic.
mommy's
Wait,
kisses.
1 second, 1
Landed
second.
Squarely on your face.
Okay, 1 second, Daniel. When you discovered this, did you talk to your bros about it?
No, we all pretended like we didn't.
Ah, okay.
Did what?
Wait,
There
when
was- there
you're
was-
like 12 or 13, you don't talk to your friends about jerking off?
Yeah, that's
Did you
gay,
know?
bro.
Wait. The question is,
Nah,
you said
that's a little
you
gay.
said that you found something that you thought no one else was doing.
I
You never-
thought. Well, I at least
that
thought.
actually, hold up, that is a good question. How did you find out others did it? You were just standing next to your dad or something, and he's like, "Oh shit, look at this."
And he comes in his hand.
Yeah, it's like, "Oh, look, son, let me show you what happens." So you're like, "Wait, you can do that too, Dad? Is that a family thing?"
It's like shower with your dad.
how did you become aware, and how did it progress? How did you become aware of your friends and all that kind of shit doing it?
How
Like,
about did you become aware of other men's cum?
Wait, are we asking me? What are we?
Yes,
Yeah,
we're
you're the
asking
one-
you. I'm asking you how you
Uh,
said your
I don't remember. I
mind
just
at the
over
time.
time. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, over time, I think I just started putting 2 and 2 together.
Oh, okay. So
yeah, you
never-
just start
never-
realizing like, oh,
Uh-huh.
like,
Yeah, he
oh,
probably
obviously.
learned that coming made semen, and that
Right.
semen made babies, and that people made
Right.
babies.
So
Probably-
obviously, well,
Yeah,
and
less
once
fun
you
story.
start
I'll go with
being
my
like,
version.
and once you
Uh-huh.
start being sexually attracted to women, you put 2 and 2 together. Like, oh, this is like why men act so retarded around women and all that stuff.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I am kind of tired of
And your
hearing
issues
all of
now,
you,
Daniel. I understand you so well now.
all
Go
of
ahead.
you
Be a
Uh-huh.
little
chiming
private.
in, all of you incompetent people chiming in about male dicks. Okay, I'm tired of that. All right.
Oh, okay.
So-
okay.
Look,
Now,
but
I
not
will
all of us
tell
are
you.
expert in the field, okay? I know what I
Exactly.
don't
I
know
will
what you
tell you
teach
about-
in college, but like I don't know if that's legal.
I am an expert in puberty. I follow a lot of
Mm,
prepubescent subjects.
mm.
And,
Lock him up. Lock him
Okay,
up.
I was
well.
gonna say, I think you're digging a hole, and I don't know if you can get yourself
Are
out of
they
it.
5 months old?
You need the whole as well. Yes, you need both shapes. So anyway,
Okay.
what are we talking about? Why are we finishing this awful thing? By the way,
You
that
did
okay.
like
I
it.
just want to make this comment. First off, nobody cares about her opinion.